Hi, and welcome to the C1Risk platform. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. And if you're thinking about CMMC certification, that's what we're going to be talking about today. As you probably know, you have to submit your self-assessment to the DoD through SPRS, the SPRS, by December 31st. So if you haven't done that self-assessment yet, or if you're just getting ready for compliance and certification, we can help you here on the C1Risk platform. Today, what we're going to do is just show you how you can quickly set yourself up for your self-assessment in our platform, and then be able to tie any findings back to your compliance work to really accelerate your process through to getting actually certified by the C3PAOs. All right, so let's get into the platform. So if you've been with us before, you know that we have a single sign-on for Google, Okta, and Azure AD. I'm in a Google platform today. And so I'm just going to sign on. And then once I'm in my platform, what I'm going to do, you see we have all of the modules here ready for you. I'm just going to go into my risk module and into my assessments. And I'm going to set off a new assessment. So I'll just go to add new here using our function buttons. I'm going to name my assessment. So we'll call it the CMMC Readiness for company. And let's spell it right. And then what I'm going to do is select my template. And so we have all the templates pre-built in the system for you. And this, of course, is scored according to the DoD requirements. So you're going to get a full score here, and you're going to end up with a report that you can actually submit to the SPRS, as well as a list of all your findings for mitigation. If you need to mitigate and increase that score before you submit, you can do all of that in the platform, then retake the assessment and make sure that you're ready. Okay, so now I'm going to select the asset. So this is basically who we're actually sending this to. So this could be, if you're a consultant, you could be sending this out to one of your clients for review. Or if you're your own company, you can set this up for your own company. So I just go in here and I'm just going to look up my company name, select my company, and then just add that. Now I'm going to select the due date that I want. I want to make sure I get this completed by a certain due date, and select the person that I want to send this to. I note that I can send this to a number of different people if I want to. Now I just click save, and there we are. So now the assessment has gone out, and you can see it here. And that's actually going to send a notification to that primary contact that we just associated to the assessment, and that's going to look a little bit like this. So note it comes in an email that's white labeled for your company. And then you can just click this link, and that'll take you back into the platform where you'll be able to access your assessment. So if I just go in here like this, and I just click, and that'll take me back into here. Now I can just go ahead and start beginning to fill out all of the questions and answers. Okay. And this will score automatically and tracks you as you go through and answer all the different questions. Note you can save this at any time, or actually auto saves in the system, and it will show you how much you've done. And so you can just pick up wherever you've left off whenever you want to. And then once this is completed, you're just going to click submit. And then here's one thing that's really, really powerful, whether you're a consultant or doing this for your own company. This is a really, really handy part of our tool. So I'm going to, you see here, we've got one that's already been submitted. It's kind of like a cooking show. So I'm going to go into this assessment. And you can see that 110 questions have been answered. We've got a maximum score here and a current risk score and a low rating. So it's already begun the auto scoring process. And this is the great thing about C1Risk. Here we can go in here. We see all of the questions have been answered. We can drill down to them if we want to, just by clicking on these buttons and look at them. But note we have this create bulk finding option here. All of our questions have an auto create finding option. So we're just going to click create bulk finding, and that's going to show me where I have findings here. And now I can go to each one of these. I can edit this finding if I need to. I can add to this if I want to. And then I'm going to just add a due date so that I get this ready, and then I'll click save. Now I can go to note that it populates in blue here. I can just go to my next one. Same thing. Again, edit if I need to, just click save. And then finally, if I want to just click to my second one, I'll come back here, and then I just click save. And now you see that's all being created. I've got nothing else that I need to worry about. But if I want to, I can go through and look at these questions. And if I decide I want to add a finding note here, I have the option to then add a finding if I do think there's a problem. And then last of all, if I have a question, I can also go here. I can add a comment and then come back to those answers. Okay, so I can send out a comment to somebody if I don't want to submit a finding, but I do want some more information. So once that's done, I'm just going to click accept. Now that we've got that, we'll go back to our details section. Now you can see that my findings have populated. I've got my risk score here. We can tie that risk score also to your risk management policy. Of course, in the case of CMMC, it's a slightly different process. And then now what I can do is I can export this to a PDF. And while I'm just waiting for that to populate, let me show you what that's going to look like. So note we can also do this to a CSV as well. Oh, I got ahead of me. So note we can export this to Excel if you want to also. And then now we've got a report. It's got the full summary. It's got your score, all of your different questions, answers, findings listed. And this is good to submit to Spurs whenever you're ready. Okay, so that's how simple it is to get set up for CMMC. Then once you've done your assessment, any of those findings, they're also tracked. And then we can start to track these against your internal controls and build out your compliance in the platform here. We have the full obligation for CMMC. So of course, we just use NIST 800-171. We can track all of your compliance, all of your controls. And note in here, in the actual control library itself, where we have the CMMC control requirements, we've got the 800-171A guidance for you that is recommended by CMMC. So this is how you'll build out your compliance. It'll tell you what you need to do for each of these controls. You can add your own internal control for how you implement compliance, build out your evidence for validating that. And within no time, you'll be ready for certification. So that concludes our training for today. Again, if this is your first time visiting C1Risk, come and see us. And if you want a free demo, email us at support@c1risk.com or just go to our website, c1risk.com, and click free trial, and we'll get you set up as quickly as possible. Thanks again for joining us today, and have a wonderful day.